Good morning, students. I welcome you all for the online session of business studies classes. As we were learning in the last classes about the techniques of Taylor, today we will be going to learn the fourth technique of Taylor, that is after the method study we will be going to learn the motion study. Motion study. Motion study refers to the study of movements like lifting, putting objects, setting and changing positions, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. Unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated so that it takes less time to complete the job efficiently. On close examination of body motions, for example, it is possible to find out very first motions which are productive, second motion which are incidental, motion which are unproductive. Taylor used stopwatches and various symbols and colors to identify different motions. Through motion studies, Taylor was able to design suitable equipments and tools to educate workers on their use. The results achieved by him were truly remarkable. Motion study students. Taylor suggested that motion study must be done on the workers' movement regarding to the work. He said whenever the workers are working in an organization, they are doing related to the job, they are having some productive movements and unproductive movements. If we are talking about the unproductive movements, if it will be cut out from the job, then definitely energy of the workers will be saved for doing some productive jobs more. Unnecessary unproductive movements can create a de-analyze or the energy of the workers can be stopped. So for that reason motion study must be done. Example, lifting, putting objects, setting and changing position, etc., which are undertaken while doing a typical job. For that motion study must be done. Unnecessary movements are sought to be eliminated from the job. On close examination, if we will learn this motion study, we will see motion which are productive, which are unproductive, which are incidental, example going to store, etc. Taylor used stopwatches and various symbols and colors to identify different motions. Through motion studies, Taylor was able to design suitable equipments and tools to educate the workers. So he says that motion study is very important so that we can make the unproductive movements eliminated from the job, so that only the productive movements will be left out with the job and the end result will be good and successful. So that for that motion study has been done. Like for example, a worker when taking the toolbox from the on the getting up on the table and then again coming down for the toolbox in the down, it will be creating unnecessary unproductive movements. So if with the table on the top, if the table toolbox has been attached, then it will be easy for him not to come many times down and up for doing the same type of job. The next technique of Taylor is time study. Time study refers to a technique which is used to determine the standard time taken by a workman to of reasonable skills and ability to perform a well-defined job. It helps in determining how much work an employee should be able to do in a given period of time. Under time study, the job is divided into a series of elements and time taken to perform each element of work is recorded with time measuring devices like stopwatch. It helps in determining how much work an employee should be able to do in a given period of time. So a time study says that there must be a technique by which we can know when to count when the work has to be started and when the work must get completed, so that the result of this technique will come effective. It helps in determining how much work an employee should be able to do in a given period of time. Under time study, the job is divided into a series of elements and time taken to perform each element of work is recorded with time measuring devices like stopwatches are used by the manager. The method of time study depends on volume and frequency of the task, the cycle time of the operation, and time measurement cost. Objectives of time study: to determine number of workers to be employed, to frame suitable incentive schemes, to determine labor cost. Next technique is fatigue study. Fatigue means tiredness from physical or mental work. Fatigue study refers to determining the amount and frequency of rest intervals required in completing a task. Taylor suggested that a person gets tired when he works continuously without a break, so he must be provided a brief rest interval in between so as to enable him to regain lost stamina. This will result in increased productivity. The amount and frequency of rest intervals should be decided through fatigue study and not randomly. The study is conducted by observing workers while performing jobs so as to note down the time and when their efficiency level starts decreasing. In case of heavy manual labor, small pauses must be frequently given to the worker so that he can recharge his energy level for optimum contribution. Fatigue study helps to avoid accident, rejection, and industrial sickness. What do you mean by fatigueness? When continuously we are working same type of job, we get tired. This how we can understand we get tired. At a certain point of time, in the beginning we were correct, but after certain period of time we will start committing mistakes, and it is just because of tiredness of our mind which needs some break. So according to Taylor, in an organization, when the workers are continuously working, they must get some rest intervals. For that, when the rest intervals must be given and how much time rest intervals must be given, one study is done, it is known as fatigue study. Here, intervals are given in the form of tea break, lunch break, or the evening time break. So, that is considered is known as fatigue study. So, today's class gets over by the three techniques explanation, that was the motion study, method, fatigue study, and the method study. Next class we will be going to learn the next three principles of Taylor.